Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But now let's talk about our good old friend Vechain. Shout out to my Vechain family for showing so much love and sticking around from the beginning, from day one. And I apologize, I cannot keep up with all the updates, but shout out to one of my OG subscribers. I read the comment saying, hey Crypto ZX, I want to see some Vechain updates, and I could just not say no. I wanted to bring these updates for my OG subscribers. I try my best, guys. You can't fit everything in one take, but I'll try my best. I'll try my absolute best. But what I want you guys to do for me is just kill it with the support, kill it with the likes, comment down below, hit that red subscribe button. But anyhow, let's take a look at what's happening with Vechain right now. So I'm sure at this point, if you're a viewer on my channel, you know what's happening across the board. We are seeing significant amount of red across the board over the course of the last 2 to 3 days. Even though we did see Even though we did see a relief rally going into Monday, you're still starting to see uncertainty play out for the space. You're still seeing a lot of fear across the board. Vechain down about 1.8%. A lot of coins are actually down right now, and if you're looking at it on the weekly time frame, Vechain is actually down about 13.6% right now. Let's take a closer look and see what is happening. Before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So shout out to Crypto Busy for posting this on Twitter. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of an different type of perspective, because a lot of people tend to forget that. If you are a regular viewer, like I said, and whenever you do watch my Vechain videos, I've been quite clear about this is one of the very few projects that are trying to take blockchain to the masses, bring mass adoption. But in reality right now, the retail interest just isn't there. And it's not just Vechain right now. There's a handful of coins across the board right now that are not feeling the love, and that's just obviously really frustrating. But in a way, at the same time, it is kind of replicating some moves that we did see in the previous cycle as well. So you can see this for yourself. Vechain's ecosystem is growing rapidly. Huge spike in active smart contracts. New SDK hitting 1,000 weekly downloads. DAppKit reaching 400 plus downloads a week. Developers are increasingly drawn to Vechain Official as a new project and innovations take shape. This surge signals growing adoption of Vechain's enterprise blockchain capabilities. Exciting times ahead of Vechain. And again, when you look at their portfolio, the amount of partnerships and who they're partnered with, it speaks for itself. And only a few understanding. People solely look at the price. Unfortunately, that's just not playing out right now. Retail is not showing interest towards Vechain, and that's the reality, and that's something you need to accept. I do believe Vechain will be able to shock a lot of people. And speaking about shocking a lot of people, we saw that happen this year alone. Vechain went to some levels where no one could have even thought that it would get to, and it did, right? And I believe we're in the same situation right now, but there's other things that are happening across the board. You're looking at dominance picking up literally to sky high, causing a lot of lag in altcoins. But this dominance really started picking up pretty much since last month. You can see gradually increasing towards the upside. Now this kind of brings me back to my main point. I personally think Bitcoin is setting itself for a rally towards new all-time highs. But what happened was you saw the stock market shenanigans happen, and again, that's not in our control. But people talk about recession. Let's face it, recession has been literally happening for the last 2.5 years. I cannot stress that enough. But that has impacted the stock market. But speaking about stock market, we are still seeing that correlation play out. We want to pay very close attention to that. And Bitcoin obviously still below the 23.6 fib zone. A lot of volatility, and I continue to believe we will see a lot of volatility within the price of Bitcoin. And I potentially still think that there is another retest below 40K in Bitcoin before we start heading towards the upside. But let's see what happens. If you're looking at Vechain on the other hand right now, guys, I understand it hasn't been able to even get close to these levels. But speaking about these levels, let's actually face the reality. We saw Vechain hitting 5.4 cents, something that we hadn't seen since April of 2022. And pretty much, if you are a true believer on Vechain, and it's not just Vechain right now, this is what I actually want to get to the point. it's not just Vechain. I know a lot of trolls are going to come out and talk, negative about this, or, try to spread FUD. I want you to take a look at the broader market and actually visualize the charts. You can bring up the charts and kind of compare them to Vechain. You will notice a pattern. Of course, some handful coins here and there are actually like outpacing the majority of the market, but if you're looking at the bigger picture, a lot of projects compared to their March highs or February highs are down quite substantially. So people that were kind of kicking themselves for not picking up early on, they're getting the opportunity again. You got to look at it from both point of view. Just last month, look at it from this point of view. Last month, we actually saw 2.1 cents being retested for Vechain due to the market drop. And you saw Vechain going up 56.47% after that. And then obviously we know what happened with the overall pullback that we just recently seen due to the global economy and, whatever is happening globally, whether it's political, global financial market scares. Obviously due to that fact, this is what happened. We actually went below the support line down to 1.9 cents, but that did not last too long, and you're seeing it sitting back above the key support line, and that's where you want to see it sitting. So I'm very optimistic that we will see Vechain recovering back to 3.4 cents quite fast, but you need to have patience. It's going to be one step at a time. I think we could even go lower. I'm going to be quite frank with you. I think we can go lower depending on what happens with dominance and what happens with Bitcoin. So we need to be prepared, but I think we're going to see altcoins bouncing once again, and a lot of people are going to be left shocked. Vechain is one of the projects that I always have my eyes on, and you guys know we keep it 100% realistic on this channel. It has a lot of good things that it did not have last time in the previous bull cycle, and that was able to obtain an all-time high of 28 cents. This time around, in terms of the project itself, in terms of adoption, it's so much better, and on top of that, liquidity, that's not an issue. It's pretty much listed on all the exchanges, and the narrative that it has, it's fundamentally it's fundamentally really, really strong. But right now, just retail, and yes guys, retail is extremely important. Retail is not showing interest to Vechain, believe it or not, but despite that fact, it's still sitting at the top 44 spot, and that's speaks for itself. So let me know down below what you guys personally doing with Vechain. What I'm personally projecting is once you do see Bitcoin kind of stabilizes, I do think the altcoin market is going to rebound quite fast, and once you see the price going back above 3.4 cents, all of a sudden you're going to see everyone talking about Vechain, along with a lot of projects that have plummeted right now. So there's a famous saying, be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. The ones that are picking up the bloodbath after doing their due diligence research are the ones usually that do tend to do good compared to the people that follow the hype and the FOMO factor. Let me know down below what you guys think. What are you doing right now? What are your projections? What is your overall opinion on Vechain? Let me know down below. Love you all. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.